Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Hey everybody, I'm AdamHarry from Bella Souls with
Michael from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
We're back with another Tabletop Spotlight. I see you brought a special something this time.
Yeah, I mean, I figured I could bring by the brand new D&D book, The Curse of Strahd, of course.
Awesome.
Early review, actually, not really available just yet. Release date is on the 15th, I think, of March. So, sort of an early preview for everyone out there.
But it will be in stores.
Yeah, it's available.
Your favorite local gaming store.
It's available at select hobby stores, depending on their sort of account and standing with Wizards of the Coast. Depends. You'll just have to call them and find out. But
the official big release 15th.
Yeah,
but it should be out maybe in your location. Go check.
Yeah,
is what we're saying.
Check friendly local gaming store.
But Curse of Strahd, this is the new big one from Wizards of the Coast.
Oh yeah, the big new Ravenloft book. A setting everyone sort of, I think, loved. A lot of people got their start there, so it's really cool they're coming back to it.
It's that dark horror, but also D&D, just the whole ball of wax.
Yeah,
so.
the gothic horror fantasy, I think is how they advertise it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pumped about this one.
Oh yeah.
Because Curse of Strahd, that's a big deal, so let's take a look inside this awesome looking book. Oh man, Curse of Strahd.
You ready?
Are you ready?
I have to say, I really just love this cover. Not just because purple is my favorite color, but also this is an incredible piece of art, I think.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
It's a great depiction of him. We can pop it over to the back here.
Oh yeah.
Gives you sort of a short little read through on Strahd a little bit.
Sweet. And you mean it's Ravenloft, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
One of the cool things about Ravenloft and why this is such a big deal is Ravenloft is in a weird way kind of the crossroads of the D&D planes. So it doesn't matter if you're playing in a Dragonlance setting, Greyhawk, Spelljammer, if you have those old books. For some reason,
you could always go to Ravenloft.
You could always go to Ravenloft.
Yeah. And that's the thing, the land of Barovia is still in 5th edition is sort of a pocket dimension.
Gotcha.
It's still not really its own fully formed plane.
Right.
So you can still just sort of go there and have, a little adventure. So as you can see, the table of contents is here, and it is a massive book. I think we just counted the pages.
It's 256.
256. Yeah. It's like the size of the player's handbook. It's huge.
Sure.
And if you can sort of see this table of contents here, you'll see that it's sort of because it's a campaign setting and an adventure.
Nice.
Like it really details.
So wait, real quick too, the adventure runs you from level 1 through 10, correct?
Yeah, it starts you at first level, which I thought was a little weird because it seems like it's such an epic story. You would maybe want to start at a later level, but you can start
5
it right
to 20 or something.
Yeah, you can start it right at level 1. It's really interesting.
You just go right into the Ravenloft. I don't recommend that, by the way. I think you probably want to have some adventuring experience.
Yeah, you might want to have your typical D&D adventure and then jump in. And there's little bits at the back that sort of give you a lead into that, which is really nice, I think.
And we're gonna try not to spoil everything because there's a lot of stuff to go over.
There's a lot of stuff. It's so open-ended of an adventure. It's hard to really spoil too much. Cool. But we'll show off a couple of the maps and
I definitely want to show off those the tarot card stuff because I think that's probably the coolest thing.
So what I really do like about the beginning here is that it has these marks of horror for DMs. Because it's mostly book for DMs, of course. Sure. But it tells you basically how you can make a spooky setting, how you can keep that tension up, which is really nice.
Yes, and that's something that I think a lot of new DMs are really may not know how to do that. If you've been playing forever, you know how to set the tone and mood. But one of the cool things about the campaign guides and about the D&D books in particular, when they talk to DMs, they talk about They explain why that's important and building that tension and how it all works together. It
gives you fun little tricks here and there that even experienced DMs don't really, or maybe not use too much.
Sure.
For example, this details one here says, if you're in an area, choose an object, describe it in some detail to your characters, even if it doesn't mean anything.
Sure.
It could mean absolutely nothing to them, but describe it so they think it might mean something.
Right.
So they're always sort of on
I don't know how many times that hook has gotten a party sidetracked.
Oh, yeah.
There's a knob on that door. There's got to be a reason.
There's got to be something about it.
Yeah.
But,
keep poking at it. Yeah.
It's definitely good. It's got those tips, and so, of course, some more art here of Strahd himself. And it really has
fancy wine glass.
Yeah.
What kind of wine do you think he's drinking?
Blood wine.
For sure.
Klingon blood wine.
Naturally.
Yeah. But it's got sort of the theme of the tarot deck and fate and choice and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really interesting sort of hook to get you in the adventure.
Yeah.
And
speaking of the tarot
this is the bit we were mentioning. Yeah. So in the campaign, basically, if you're familiar with it, there's the fortune teller. Her name is Madame Ava. And your characters can go and have a card reading from her. Cool. And there's going to be supplemental products and stuff of actual physical cards.
Very cool.
But here it gives you basically the instructions on how to do that for your players.
This isn't like a real tarot reading.
No, it's something for the players. For the game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So can you explain how the tarot reading kind of all ties together with the
Yeah, basically. So in the adventure, without going into too many spoilers, the character Madame Ava can possibly, if your players choose to, give them a card reading of different tarot cards.
Sure.
And if you have the physical deck, you can actually use it to randomize your adventure.
Ah.
What the cards mean, basically, you can read through here, basically. It says one card may tell you where a treasure is that can help you defeat Strahd.
Cool.
One card tells you where an ally may be to help you defeat Strahd.
So it's basically a random adventure generator.
Yeah,
which is so cool.
But it fits in the adventure, which
exactly.
is really awesome.
It's like
and
this
if you
weird
get
meta thing going.
Yeah, if you get that physical deck to put out in front of your players at the table, it's a really nice touch.
Yeah.
Especially if you give it your best, like old crazy woman voice.
I would go for like a Deckard Cain.
Yeah.
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 Oh, you must go to the graveyard.
Go to this place.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
But what's really cool is that you flip a card over, depending on what you're trying to reveal. Say you're trying to reveal the location of a treasure, basically, that will help you fight Strahd. It gives you the results of every possible card in these pages.
Nice.
So you flip over the 5 of stars, it tells you it's inside Castle Ravenloft in X room.
You could probably also use a regular deck of cards.
Yeah, you could just assign something to it. It's fine.
And if you are the DM, there's no reason you can't like stack the deck. If
Totally.
You don't want to go that direction.
If you really don't like the sort of option paralysis, you can absolutely just sort of like
plan it out, yeah.
Or you can, like you said, you could just not use the cards and just choose ones and say, these are the cards she flipped over.
And you can see the way you deal it out anyway. So if you wanted to stack it, you totally could.
Oh yeah.
This is so neat to have all these random options.
All these options. There's here for, like I said, for the enemy of Strahd that can help you fight him.
Ooh.
Different NPCs you can meet. Some humans, some not so much. But yeah, it's got that whole.
You trying to tell me a vampire that's lived for thousands of years has enemies?
I know it's crazy.
That's crazy talk, man.
Again, some more great art here, and then the adventure hook, which, like we talked about, is sort of the big thing with the Ravenloft idea and setting.
Cool. So to skip ahead a little bit too, if you are just getting started in Ravenloft, they do have like a entry hook mission for you.
Yeah,
right?
they have a little bit here at the back. It's in one of the appendices.
Okay. I think it's like House of the Dead or something.
Yeah, it's I believe it's.
By the way, tons of awesome magic items.
Oh yeah, awesome magic items here. We can show off in just a bit. I believe this is it. I haven't.
Dead House.
I haven't flipped through too much, but I believe this sort of Death House is meant as sort of an intro to Barovia.
Okay.
To get you sort of into the setting and get you sort of acclimated to the horror aspect of it. So.
And obviously they have a full color map. And speaking of maps, real fast.
Oh yeah.
Let's check that out.
It does come with some tear out maps here at the back. Let me see if I can do this correctly without completely ruining the book.
We're gonna tear it out live to us at the time.
It's totally cool. I'm doing this. This is my copy anyway.
Boom.
But it does have this massive Barovia map here. It'll be a little hard to see. We can get sort of an idea of it.
That's basically 8 full pages.
Oh, it's a giant map, but it's got everything you need.
Check out this little village down here too. The village of, and then
on the back here you can see
even
the map
more stuff
of the castle itself.
So we got
all the different floors, all the different rooms,
darkest dungeon, all the way at the bottom. Massive looking map.
And this is great, like I said, for all the tarot stuff because there are different places on these maps where the magic treasures that'll help you are. So you can actually have an idea of like how the castle fits together. It's really interesting.
Nice. So that's an awesome addition to the book.
Oh yeah.
So very cool. Let's keep going. I want to show off some more stuff.
All right.
Was there anything in particular that you really wanted? There's the deck, by the way.
Well, there's always the stat blocks we can show off if we want to.
Let's see.
We have of course all the different settings, a lot of text to read.
Yeah, this book has a lot of info. It's very dense.
Like we sort of said, it's definitely meant also as a campaign setting.
Yes.
So if you wanted sort of extended adventures in Barovia, you can do that.
This talks about the land of Barovia.
The history of it.
Yeah.
There's a bit where it's got the history of Strahd himself,
which is important.
So it's really interesting. There's a lot of good information here for any DM to use.
Oh yeah. And these are all extra items, it looks like?
Yeah, different stuff and different villains you can fight, different areas here.
Okay.
They do have the maps in here in case you don't want to like fill up your whole table with the giant map.
Sure.
But it's there as
There's
well.
the land of Barovia. So.
Like I said, we have the stat blocks at the back for different
creatures
we can show off.
Show off a couple. We don't want to give them all away.
I don't know if we want to show Mr. Strahd himself, but we can.
Maybe a little sneak peek.
Maybe a little bit. Couple little things. So there's definitely some new monsters and villains and stuff here.
Yes. Probably gothic horror themed.
Oh yeah, I definitely like the animated attack broom.
Nice.
So you try and get on and ride it, and then it just hits you in the face.
Yeah, I know what song I'd play. And,
Yeah.
It was the Fantasia one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
You might just play that just playing this campaign period. But yeah, there's tons of new monsters and stuff like that, and
there's a couple of heroes.
A couple
maybe
humans
heroes?
or possibly humans you can fight and meet. Madame Ava has a stat block in case your characters don't like her very much for some reason.
I didn't like that fortune. I'm gonna attack the.
I don't like that helpful fortune. And then once we get all the way back here.
What is? Hang on. What is that thing?
That is Piddlewick 2, the second.
Piddlewick the second.
Looks like a puppet of some kind.
Yeah, mechanical evil gnome.
That's your typical gothic horror stuff right there.
That's nightmare fuel.
Oh yes. Yeah, so we got again some more people you can possibly
maybe get some info,
get help with, and then here is Strahd himself, filling up an entire page.
He's kind of a beatstick.
Oh yeah,
but he's really not supposed to be a combat antagonist, right?
No, he's more of a social and combat antagonist. The idea of Strahd is that he's not the big bad guy hiding in the chamber at the very end. He'll taunt you and fight you the whole way.
He'll bring all his buddies.
Oh yeah. He'll bring some friends, he'll fight you for 3 rounds, and then he'll run away just to, mess with you.
Gotcha.
But he's got a massive stat block like you might have seen there. Again, some really nice art, so definitely an awesome book.
Yeah, very, very cool. And this again, in stores soon.
In most stores and online retailers very soon. Your local game stores and hobby shops will have it, right now. Yep. I did want to show off the list we were just looking at of the new trinkets, if I can find it. They released a new list of player trinkets. It might be back here somewhere.
There's some fun ones there.
It's around here somewhere. You know what? You find it.
Okay. But I want to show this off. There's a ton of new items too, right?
Yeah. With character creation, you get your trinkets. They got the new magic items.
Yep.
But each character is supposed to have a little thing, and so they have new horror themed ones.
Wasn't there some book you were telling me about?
Which one?
The black book or whatever that records.
Yeah. It's on the list here. This is it right here.
Oh yeah.
The Gothic trinkets, which I think is just hilarious. But there's one around here somewhere. I can't really read it upside down. It's a book that records your dreams, just yours while you sleep. So it's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, it's like a dream catcher, but
it's great if you have like a prophetic dream. Like if Strahd coming to kill you.
Yeah.
That'd be helpful.
Wow. That could get you in some trouble.
It's got new bonds and flaws and ideals and stuff for character creation, so it's got those options, which is really nice.
Yeah, so if you are looking for some cool bonds and flaws for your character, you've got those too.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's all chart based, so if you want to randomize, go to town.
Roll the 1D100 and see what you get.
I do like that about this particular setting. They have a lot of random generation, so if you are a DM on the fly and need to come up with something quick, you've got a ton of options.
Like I said, it's the sort of the theme that they've got of either fate or choice with the tarot deck, which they're randomizing a lot of stuff as usual to, I think, go along with that and have some fun with it.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
One thing I also really enjoy is, like, we showed off the monsters and stuff. If you want to run like an evil game, which some people do like to do, you've got tons of options in here. You can play like a revenant. You can wear something.
Wear everything.
So it's definitely good for players who are into that sort of thing as well.
Cool. Was there anything else you wanted to point out? Because I think I don't want to give everything away.
We don't want to give too much away. There's obviously all sorts of different locations and adventures in here.
Yeah.
I mean, for 10 levels of adventure, you get quite a bit.
Cool. Well, let's hop out for a really fast recap then. All right, so that's a ton of stuff in the Curse of Strahd book. This is such a cool release.
Oh yeah, like I said, you get 10 levels of adventure and campaign. It's a really, really awesome book.
Yeah, a ton of cool stuff in there. Strahd is cool.
Strahd is a very cool villain.
He's just coming at you, man.
Oh yeah. So.
And this is releasing March 4th.
Yep, this is out at March 4th at certain select hobby retailers. Depends.
The 15th is when it's
the 15th of March is widespread and online release.
Right. So check with your local retailer.
Yeah, call your local game store, see if it's available. Then, otherwise, hang on until the 15th. It's going to be $49.95. Of course, from Wizards of the Coast.
Naturally.
Publishing great stuff. So.
Heck yeah. So pretty cool stuff. This has been another Tabletop Spotlight. I'm AdamHarry from Bell Lost Souls.
I'm Michael from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
Thanks again for watching. Have a good one. Tabletop Spotlight brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Thanks for watching.
Bye!